Y'all better soak it up, because that's probably the only time you'll see Dylan Joyce in a red combine. I sure enough know he likes that draper header. Well, today is demo day. Actually, I've already demoed it, but I wasn't going to talk to you after till after I've run it a little bit. We're going to be running a 7120 Case IH axial flow, or 3/4 of the people down south call them axle flows, even though it's got an I in it. But it's an axial flow rotor machine. Many of y'all know we run a John Deere Maximizer combine straw walker machine. Got a 35-foot draper header on it, and really enjoyed running it so far. Blue tractor, a draper, and a red combine. What's that mean?
It means I'm trying to be like Dion. Oh, I thought you said a new one.
Oh,
you said a blue tractor.
Yeah, blue.
You was talking about new everything. I thought you was talking about Dion adding all that stuff to his channel.
Oh.
I can't keep up with Dion.
Oh, I said a blue tractor, a draper, and a red combine. What's that equal?
I guess that means we're helping Matt Griggs. He's the only one around here I know runs blue stuff.
The rainbow equipment.
The all-inclusive farm.
He ain't prejudiced.
All-inclusive of all colors. It's red, that's all I can say.
Different.
I mean, it's a nice combine, ain't no doubt. And I really like that header, but it's gonna take some getting used to, all this red stuff. That's backwards. Totally different header control setup than a John Deere. The monitor, I hadn't had too much trouble with the monitor other than, you know, just kind of figuring stuff out. It's got its map in there, and the guidance, which is a little old bitty field. I didn't set up a guidance line. I did finally figure out how to get the auto steer turned on.
Got Miss Kelly over there in the grain cart. Matt, I think he's drilling wheat today. Well, that's what he was yesterday. This is actually the second day of us helping him. We cut 70 acres for him yesterday. Didn't get started till close to 1 o'clock. It's a pretty good day.
I think we work till 7. Big tractor power fans.
Today we're in the Cowboys.
Okay, the next field is fun. You gotta go up over a hill. So be careful.
Well, here it is, as promised, the review of a 7120 Case IH combine and 35 foot. It's a Case brand draper, but everybody knows it's a MacDon. So 35 foot MacDon. I guess we can start with the header. I'm sold on the draper design. It is the one thing I've tried that actually lives up to the hype. Feeds really nice. It floats. I'm more sold on the way it floats than I am sold the feeding. Although it does feed really nice, but I love this feature right here. You can tip the, hit the wrong button. You can tip the header forward or backwards. I was playing and I should have played with it on the go. But anyway, you can tip it forward or backwards. Last night when the stroke started getting a little tough, I ran it on about B. Right now, since we've had a good wind this morning, so I'm running it on about B.5, tipping them guards down and combing up underneath them beans, and you know, doing a real nice job of cutting. I call it shaving the ground. I want my fields. I don't know how Matt wants his. I'm running it the way I would run it. But I'm doing what I call shaving the ground. Got them guards tipped forward where it gets all them low pods. But it does feed nice. I mean, we're cutting, well, they went down a little bit, but I've been able to cut some 60 and 70 bushel beans 4 mile an hour. I don't know if you can do that with a
auger head on this combine. I will say this, the beans have had several frost on them, so they are cutting easy. They're very dry. So, you know, it's not taking a whole lot of horsepower to thresh them. Right now, we're not using but 90% of our horsepower. And, you know, we're walking along in good beans, 4 mile an hour. When we got up on the hill in some lighter beans and on some good flat ground, it's not uncommon for me to be able to run 5 mile an hour. If Kelly's paying attention. Wake up, Kelly. She was over there snoozing. All this multicolored equipment. I'm not as sold on that telescoping spout as bad is, but it does come in handy topping a buggy off if you need to scoop one way or the other. I struggled a little bit on the beginning getting used to each other. I think we about got it figured out now. So there's your multi-function handle to tip that header back and forth. There's a little button you hit on the back, and then you use your reel selection to tip your header there. One thing I will fuss about on it is the rate of drop on the header. To me, seems really slow compared to what I'm used to. And I mean, there may be an adjustment for that, but that is taking some getting used to. I normally, I've got to where I'll start lowering my header about halfway through a turn, and that's really helped. It's taking a while to get used to this resume button. A lot different than the 9400 we run and the newer generation John Deere combines I've run. This combine would probably compare to a 9770 that was made about in the same vintage. So this combine would compare to a 9770 STS. But one thing it's took some getting used to raise the header is opposite of kind of what I'm used to. You would think if you want to raise the header up, you would push up. And if you wanted to let it down, you would push down. But it's the opposite, and that's taking some getting used to. Which Matt showed me the basics of running it, and he hits the resume button to make the header go down. And I've tried that, and it just didn't exactly work right for me. So what I do is I hold down to let the header down, and when it gets about to the ground, I reach over here and hit resume. And we'll talk to you more when we get in another field. One thing takes some getting used to is they've got the separator switches opposite of the Deere And it seems like it takes this thing forever to spool up. One thing you gotta be careful with though is like on the field edges like that, if you let the header ride up there on the edge of the bank, you'll leave some stubble right there in the center of your header. I guess I was talking about the header height functions on this function handle. I do like the way a John Deere is laid out a lot better. They've got a lot smaller buttons. You see how I got to move my thumb around so much to like lift the handle? On the John Deere, it's just like that right there. You don't have to go searching for it. And the unloading auger, they've got it over here recessed, and the switch right there, and then up on the top they got 3 header positions. So you can have a header with heavy down pressure, and then one with medium pressure on the ground, and then one be raise the header up. So you're riding down here in good cutting conditions, you'd have it on number 3, which is riding hard against the ground. Well, you start to drag up or something, you can push number 2, raise the header up a little bit, and when it clears you can push number 3 and put it back down on a deer, where this one, it just is what it is. Right here you can adjust how hard it rides against the ground with that switch. But I do like the 3 position sensors. The header height, the header sensing is it's a little slow, which Matt said he's got to work on that. He said he's been having some trouble with it. Needs to go through his header and adjust a few things. But I mean, it works. You just you got to give it time. And then and the rate of drop, letting the header down. I wish the header went down faster. But I mean, it's a nice machine. It'll eat up a lot of crop. I mean, we didn't get rolling good about 1 o'clock yesterday. Ran to 7:30 and cut 72 acres. And it's all there. It's all there in one block, but it's all here in one block, but it is a lot of terraced ground, so you're cutting like 5 and 6 acre fields. So I thought we done pretty good on that front. Seems to be fairly easy on fuel, which, like I said, it's not worth having to work very hard. I mean, we're cutting 60 bushel beans right here 4 mile an hour, and it's using 90% of the engine load. Could probably push it a little harder, but we start walking a few over the seals if we do that. Could probably do a little tuning on it, do a little better on that, but I've got it where Matt wants it set, so that's the way I'm going to run it. I have, as the day goes by, I slowed the rotor speed down a little bit. I've got to do that on my own combine, as the day gets on and the beans get drier, it doesn't take as much to thresh them. Oh, which one I like more, the draper header or this right here? Because look, Ma, no hands. It's Pro 700 though. It's kind of finicky on getting your line set up. Like I hit the button to turn the auto steer on, and you kind of got to like shake the header, shake the steering wheel. Matt showed me that little trick to get it to going. But it sure is nice when it's working. The guy over here on my guidance screen, he showed me how to set up the line. One thing I do like on this is my displays don't necessarily have, when you mark your A point and your B point, the screen automatically asks if you want to swap to that guidance line. So say you was using another line, but you wanted to mark a line you was going to be using in the future, well, it wouldn't automatically switch over to that line, if that makes sense. I do like that, but I'm going to tell you this, pushing this 35-foot head, this auto steer makes life a lot more enjoyable. Which we've got auto steer on our equipment, but we don't have it on the combine. We was gonna put it on our combine before harvest started, and we just didn't get around to it. But it's pretty freaking awesome.